Sebastian, there's a little bit of snow falling now, and just looking at the road, do you think it's now going to be a problem first on the road?
If you start to snow, maybe, but up to now I cannot complain because on the previous one it was an advantage. On this one, I think it's quite fair. The beginning was nice, and maybe the last case, maybe last four Ks, it was a bit more loose, so maybe there I can lose a little bit, but we had a good drive, so I'm happy with my loop.
And in the Norwegian corner, Mads Osberg. And now, in Norway itself, of course, we've crossed the border. And as the Citroën man is about to start the clock into our isolated split, he will surely be taking a surge of inspiration as he blasts off into the wilderness of his homeland. Here we go. With 3 consecutive podium finishes in this event, Osberg has set himself a high standard. Much will depend on how quickly he can adapt to driving the DS3 on snow. A run out at the Mountain Rally in the Norwegian National Championship has provided invaluable kilometres recently. Now let's watch the clock. End of the split just after this house. Oh, just a 1/10 of a second in it. As ever, the margins are incredibly tight in these flat-out forest roads. He is quicker than Ogier through there. It remains to be seen if this loose top layer of fresh snow will cause any problems for the early runners. And now, representing Finland and Hyundai, it's Juho Hänninen. The clock is up and running. Can he match that terrific effort by Osberg through this heart-in-your-mouth sequence of flat-out corners? Well, Hänninen's first running in the I-20 on snow took place in a test near the Arctic Circle recently. But from Northern Lights to a Norway fight now. It will take time to learn the limits of this new machine, but the first impressions have certainly been promising. Can he match Mads through the split, though? Oh, not quite. An identical time to Ogier through that 1 kilometre split. Well, the Finn might declare this first competitive run for the I-20 as an extended test, but he is clearly still pushing. Hänninen catching himself out at the hairpin. The 32-year-old's experience saving him from an icy exit. That small delay, though, does see him slip behind his teammate Neuville in this first pass through Fingscogen.
Everything okay. Tommy said that we lost a lot of time because on the last junction I thought that I have to reverse, but then I decided that I will try, and then it was limit that I was stuck to the snowbank, but okay, luckily we are here. Stupid.
But still smiling all the same. Ogier's concerns about the loose snow towards the end of the stage, well founded. Just 6th fastest in there. Mikkelsen won the stage and is now just 1.6 seconds behind the leader. Latvala ensuring it's a 1-2-3 for VW. Osberg stays in 6th, and confirmation the 2 Hyundais have swapped places. So we are midway through the first full day of action. No service. The crew's heading instead for a regroup, but at least it's a chance of a break to assess the morning's action.
The condition was not bad this morning, but I'm sure the second loop will be much more difficult. But no, this morning it was good fun in the car.
As ever here, the fans and in some cases friends are out in force to lend their support.
So Andreas, introduce us.
Well, this is my friends from Oslo, so you know, it's not very often they come to rallies, so now it's so close.
So normally I would ask you how you're doing. I'll ask your friends. How's the man doing?
Very good. Very well, yeah. Great.
So all seems to be well at VW. For others, though, well, they're not quite so happy.
Yeah, the car is quite understeering a lot, and this is my complaint for the moment. I don't feel very comfortable in the tight corners.
Everything is not the way I hoped it would be. I'm not feeling 100% familiar with the car yet, and I'm struggling a bit to find the confidence on some of the sections.
Will Mads feel more at home in the afternoon loop? We shall find out when Rally Sweden returns from Norway in just a moment. Thursday afternoon, Rally Sweden. The fans flocking to the forest to catch a glimpse of the action on the ice and snow. Stage 5, Thierry Neuville enjoying a more productive outing in the new Hyundai than last time out, Monte Carlo. But it's Estonian Ott Tänak making waves in his privately entered Ford Fiesta as he moves ahead of Jari-Matti Latvala into third. Well, the snow and freezing conditions of Sweden call for special preparations, as we can hear now from M Sports' Mikko Hirvonen.
So here we are in Sweden. And I'm going to show you a few things which are different for Rally Sweden because of snow and ice. Only rally in a championship where we are running studded tires, and it's really giving us a maximum, really good grip on the stages, on snow and ice, and okay, this year maybe a bit on gravel as well. Then also a small plate to stop the snow going into the holes where the nuts are, so that it's easier to change the tires between the stages. A little bit bigger jack. Big plate under the jack, so that when we are changing the tires, the jack doesn't just fall into the snow and then the car may fall down or something, you know, silly may happen. We have 2 snow shovels. If ever we make a mistake and we go off the road, then that's going to help us to dig out again. Small protections in bar tubes, you know, just because there's a studded tire, that we don't destroy things around it, just to protect the car a little bit. I mean, of course, we have heated side windows. That's something we use in Sweden more than other rallies as well, because you tend to slide a little bit more, and it's so cold that, you know, even if this part is misty, you know, sometimes you will not be able to see through the side window when you're going sideways, so that's important as well. Just in the front, we flank the front grille a little bit more for this rally, just to keep the engine temperature in the correct level. Then, of course, lamp hood. There's some stages are run in the dark in Sweden as well, so that's really important. Then, last but not least, shoes. You know, normally in this rally, I have a heated shoes, you know, just to keep my feet a bit warm. It's not so cold at the moment, but hopefully, you know, by the end of the week, we get some cold weather and proper snow, and then have some really classic Rally Sweden conditions. So, you know, let's hope it goes well.
Thanks, Mikko. OK, let's now check out the WRC2 support class. Jari Ketema looking like the man to beat, and the Finn appeared to be justifying his favourite status as he led through the first stages of the day in his Ford Fiesta. Ketema, though, chased hard by this man, Yazid Al-Raji, and the Saudi took the lead on stage 4 as he looked to repeat his victory here last year. Championship leader Yuri Protasov ended the day in third, moving into the podium positions when Karl Kruder suffered transmission problems. And by the end of the day, Yazid Al-Raji had increased his advantage over Ketema to 34 seconds. Protasov another 8.9 seconds behind. Norway's Andres Grandal is just 3.2 seconds behind the Ukrainian. OK, time now to get a gallop on as we rejoin Paul.
Yes, we are almost there for the opening legs action. Just 2 stages remaining, and remarkably, with the bumper 18 World Rally car starting, not a single retirement so far. The survivors include a buoyant Chris Meek, who on the back of his stunning first podium finish in Monte Carlo has completed his opening day on the snow.
Too slow, 4 left minus, tightens for 60.
Currently down in 11th place, but this was always going to be a steep learning curve for the man from Northern Ireland.
It was, yeah, good, but it's a learning experience for me on the second pass as well to understand how the road deteriorates a little, where the lines appear, and obviously how to drive it. But really enjoying it. It's such a fantastic stage, and yeah, really nice.
Up at the front, meanwhile, having stealthily closed up on his rally-leading teammate Sebastian Ogier in stage 6, it is Andreas Mikkelsen's turn to pounce.
Short 5 right, minus over 24 left.
Back in Thingskogen, which is, of course, back in Norway, and this is an inspired run on home soil for the VW man. His first scratch time of the day, and Mikkelsen is back into the top spot.
Does it make any difference being on your home patch?
I have to say, when you see so many Norwegians and cheering you on, all your friends and family are here, for sure you want to do well. Huh?
As a two-time winner of this event, Mikko Hirvonen had hoped for so much more. The switch back to M Sport at the start of the year has yet to yield the expected results. Mikko, an increasingly distant 5th as the opening leg draws to a close. And over at Hyundai, considering their devastating double retirement in Monte Carlo, with both cars safely through day one this time and in the top 8 to boot, this is much more like it from the German-based team. Somewhat surprisingly, considering his lack of experience on this surface, it is Thierry Neuville who's ahead of his Finnish teammate, Juho Hänninen. With dust falling on the final stage of the day, though, the world champion has been spurred into action. Ogier reminds Mikkelsen who is boss in the most emphatic manner possible. 6 seconds quicker than the Norwegian in Torsby's 7 kilometres.
Thanks, Paul. The leaderboard then at the end of the first full day of action. World champion Ogier out in front again. 5.8 seconds the gap to teammate Mikkelsen. Latvala has got back in front of Tanak. Over the page, Hirvonen is now 6th after being passed by Osberg, with Neuville, the leading Hyundai runner, in 7th. OK, just time for a few thoughts now from the leading runners.
To be honest, I didn't expect to lead the rally tonight, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great day for myself and Mikko, and also the whole Volkswagen team, 1, 2 and 3, so looks like there will be a big fight.
I'm not completely satisfied. I mean, the place is okay, but somehow my state times went a little bit up and down. I'm struggling to find the good rhythm, especially if it was technical and slow speed. I was not doing well, but the fast sections was going good.
Well, that's the warm-up out of the way. 2 full days of spectacular action still to come from here in the freezing forests of Sweden and Norway. We'll be back with more of the same tomorrow.